My name is Emily Carter, and today I'm about to tell you a story that still gives me chills. It started with one phone call, a call that changed someone's entire life. Because imagine this for a second. Your parents abandon you. They disappear from your life. Years pass. You grow up thinking you meant nothing to them. And then one day, a lawyer calls and says, your grandmother left you $1.9 million. But here's the strange part. The same family that ignored you for years suddenly wants you back. Why? What changed? And the biggest question of all, why did the grandmother leave everything to the grandchild they abandoned? Well, to understand that, we have to go back 16 years earlier. The girl at the center of this story was named Lily Thompson. She was only 6 years old when everything fell apart. I want you to picture this. A small girl standing in the living room, holding a stuffed bunny, watching her parents argue, loud voices, slamming doors, tears, and confusion, because kids don't understand adult problems. They just feel the pain. That night, her father grabbed his car keys. Her mother grabbed her purse, and Lily thought something simple. They'll calm down and come back. But they didn't. Not that night. Not the next day. Not the next week. They left. Just like that. No goodbye. No explanation. Nothing. So who raised Lily? A woman named Margaret Thompson, her grandmother. And Margaret was different. She wasn't loud. She wasn't emotional. She didn't talk much about the past. But she had one rule in her house. No one abandons family. And she repeated that sentence often, especially when Lily asked about her parents. Where are they? Margaret would pause, look out the window, and quietly say, some people make choices they regret later. That was it. No details. No anger. Just silence. But something interesting happened over the years. Margaret and Lily became inseparable. They cooked together. They watched old movies. They planted flowers in the backyard. And every Sunday, they went to the same small diner. Same table. Same order. Pancakes for Lily. Coffee for Margaret. It became their ritual. Their little world. But there was one thing Lily never understood. Every few months, Margaret would leave the house, dressed nicely, carrying a folder. She would be gone for hours. And when Lily asked where she went, Margaret would simply say, taking care of the future. What future? Lily had no idea. Years passed. Lily turned 16, then 17, then 18. And life wasn't perfect. They weren't rich. Margaret lived modestly. Old car, small house, simple life. But Lily felt loved, which was something money couldn't replace. Or so she thought. Then one winter morning, everything changed. Margaret didn't come down for breakfast. That had never happened before. Lily knocked on her door. No answer. She opened it slowly, and her heart dropped. Margaret was lying in bed, still, quiet, gone. Just like that. The funeral was small, very small, because most of the family didn't show up. Not Lily's parents, not her uncles, not her cousins. Almost like they had erased Margaret from their lives years ago. But something strange happened 3 days later. Lily received a letter from a law firm. She thought it was probably paperwork, or maybe debt. But when she walked into the lawyer's office, the man looked at her with a serious expression. Then he said something that made her stomach tighten. Your grandmother left behind a will. Lily nodded slowly. That made sense. But then he added something unexpected. And there's something inside it you need to see. He slid a document across the table. Lily looked down and froze, because written there in black ink was a number she never imagined: $1,900,000. Her grandmother, the quiet woman with the old car, had secretly left her $1.9 million. But that wasn't even the most shocking part. The lawyer leaned forward, lowered his voice, and said, "There's also a condition." A condition? Lily's heart started pounding, because Margaret had left one final instruction, one final message. And when Lily read it, she realized something terrifying. Her grandmother had been planning this moment for years. And the moment her family finds out about the money, everything is going to change. Lily's fingers froze on the paper. A condition? Why would her grandmother attach a condition to the inheritance? The lawyer watched her carefully, almost like he had seen this reaction before. Lily swallowed. Her voice was quiet. What condition? The lawyer slowly opened another envelope. Inside was a handwritten letter, Margaret's handwriting. Lily recognized it instantly, the same handwriting that used to leave little notes on the fridge. "Don't forget your lunch. Be brave today." But this letter felt different. He slid it toward her. "Your grandmother wanted you to read this yourself." Lily unfolded the paper. Her hands were shaking. Then she started reading, and the first line made her chest tighten. "My dear Lily, if you're reading this, it means I'm gone." Her eyes blurred for a moment, but she kept going. "I know this money will surprise you. I kept it hidden for many years." Hidden? Lily looked up at the lawyer. He nodded slowly. Yes, Margaret had been saving, investing, planning for years. But the next line in the letter, that's where everything changed. "Your parents will come back." Lily's heart skipped. What? When they hear about the money, they will return. The room suddenly felt colder, because deep down, Lily already knew that might be true, but Margaret's letter wasn't finished. When they do, you must listen to them. Listen to them. Why? But remember something important. Lily leaned closer to the page. They are not coming back for you. Silence filled the office. Lily felt something heavy in her chest, a truth she didn't want to accept. But Margaret had known. She had predicted it years ago. And then came the final instruction. The money becomes yours, only if you make the final decision about your family. Lily frowned. Final decision? What did that mean? The lawyer gently pushed another document toward her. Your grandmother designed a test. A test? Yes, Margaret had created one final moment. A moment that would reveal everyone's true intentions. Because here was the rule. If Lily believed her family truly cared about her, she could share the inheritance, split it, give them a second chance. But if she believed they came back only for the money, she could walk away and keep every dollar. The choice was completely hers. And Margaret left one final sentence. One line that made Lily's hands tremble. "This money is not your gift. Your strength is." Lily slowly folded the letter. Her mind was spinning because suddenly everything made sense. Margaret's mysterious trips, the folders, the quiet planning. She hadn't just been preparing money. She had been preparing Lily, preparing her to face this exact moment. But the real storm hadn't even started yet, because 2 days later, Lily's phone rang. Unknown number. She almost ignored it, but something told her to answer. "Hello." Silence for a second, then a voice she hadn't heard in 12 years. Her mother. Lily, sweetheart, is that you? Her stomach twisted. Sweetheart? Now, after all these years? But the surprises didn't stop there. Within a week, they all appeared. Her parents, her uncle, even cousins she'd barely remembered. Suddenly, everyone wanted dinner. Everyone wanted to reconnect. They brought gifts, smiles, apologies. We missed you. We regret everything. We're family. But Lily remembered Margaret's words. They will come back. And slowly, she started noticing things. The way they asked questions. Carefully, casually. So what did Grandma leave you? Was there a will? Must be a lot to handle alone. There it was. Not concern, not love, curiosity, about the money. And that's when Lily made a decision. A quiet one. She invited them all to dinner. Same diner. The one she used to visit every Sunday with Margaret. Same table. Same pancakes. When everyone arrived, they looked confused. Why here? Why this small place? Lily sat calmly. Then she placed the document on the table, the inheritance papers. Their eyes widened. $1.9 million. You could almost hear the greed in the silence. And then Lily spoke, softly. Grandma left this to me. Everyone leaned forward, waiting, hoping, expecting. But Lily continued, and she also left me a choice. The table went quiet. Her father forced a smile. Of course, sweetheart, we're family. We'll figure it out together. That word again. Family. Lily looked around the table, at people who disappeared for 12 years. Then she remembered Margaret's final sentence. Your strength is the real gift. Lily took a deep breath. Then she said something that shocked everyone. You're right. Pause. We are family. Their faces lit up. Relief. Excitement. But Lily wasn't finished. She leaned forward, her voice calm, strong. And she said, and family doesn't abandon a 6-year-old girl. Silence. No one moved. No one spoke. Then Lily stood up, picked up the documents, and smiled slightly. Grandma taught me something. She looked at them one last time. Some people make choices they regret later. Then she walked out of the diner, leaving them frozen at the table. And that night, for the first time in years, Lily realized something powerful. She didn't feel abandoned anymore, because Margaret had given her something far more valuable than money. She gave her the courage to walk away and keep moving forward, alone, but stronger than ever.